Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited as we are here with our NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4 predictions. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go this solo because Nick's MIA. Anyways, let's see who's here with us in the chat so far. We've got Jonathan Powell, Raging Red, Fully Clutch. We've got Smile Dude. What is going on, everybody, on this Thursday morning? Let's see if anybody, if you do want to text in, let's put the text line up here. Getting that started. What is going on? Who is excited for NXT Takeover Brooklyn? I know I am. If you don't want to text into the show, 510-906-1341. Again, the text number is 510-906-1341. Got more people filing in here. We got Woken King Slender, Sanuron, hope I said that right. Our Sheep, Matt Lanzi. What's going on, everybody? All right, let's see if we've got any people texting in yet. So NXT TakeOver should be a really good show. I guess you can say maybe better than SummerSlam. I know a lot of people are probably going to say that it could be, should be, would be. And I think there's a really good chance it's going to be better than SummerSlam. I mean, running down the card really fast, you've got EC3 versus the Velveteen Dream. That match can be a sleeper. I've heard from the house shows that they've been doing really, really good. Like, great matches together on the house shows. And you've got for the NXT Women's Championship, Shayna Baszler defending against Kairi Sane. Two had a good match last year at the Mae Young Classic. Had a good match this year in February. And both women have improved since then. Also, we've got for the NXT Tag Team titles in the only 5-star match ever on WWE television, not pay-per-view, just TV show, Undisputed Era versus Mustache Mountain. You've also got with the NXT North American Championship on the line. You do have Adam Cole defending against Ricochet. And the main event in a last man standing match, Ciampa defending against Gargano. Again, I think this show is going to be really, really good. I'll run down my stuff. Do you read comments? What do you mean? Comments for what? Like, I'm reading the chat right now. English? What are you talking about? Joe Vitale. Anyways, so like I said, we do have EC3 taking on the Velveteen Dream. Honestly, I do think EC3 is going to go over here because he needs it more. Velveteen Dream is a character that is just completely over with NXT and their fan base. And he can lose and not lose anything, if you know what I mean. Like, EC3 can go in there and beat Velveteen Dream, and it's not going to look bad on Velveteen Dream because he keeps losing. He goes out there and has great matches. EC3 is newer in NXT. He can use the boost in a victory. So we'll have to see. But I do think in this match, EC3 is going to go over the Velveteen Dream. I do see Daryl Henderson says Dream over EC3. Raging Red says EC3. Adam Kirk says EC3 sucks. Dream... Oh, lost it in the chat. He says EC3 sucks. Dream is better. Woken King Slender. Oh, lost yours. Let's see. Other people saying. Blake Day says Dream. Gamer PB says Dream always loses. It's true. But like I said, he may always lose, but it doesn't hurt him in losing, if that makes sense. So the next match we do have with the NXT Women's Championship on the line. Shayna Baszler defending against Kairi Sane. Now the women are 1-1. Kairi did win the Mae Young Classic last year. Shayna Baszler did win the match they had in February. So it's kind of the rubber match with the title on the line. In all honesty, I know some people are saying take the title off Shayna Baszler. She needs to be with the 4 Horsewomen going into Evolution. No. I think Shayna Baszler wins. I think Shayna Baszler retains the championship at TakeOver over Kairi Sane. I see some of you guys here in the chat. Let's see. Yusuf. Wait, we might have Nick. Hold on. Hold on. Let's do this live on the air. Call Nick on Skype. Maybe not. All right, I guess we don't got Nick, and Skype doesn't want to. There we go. Okay. Anyways, sorry about that. Thought we had Nick. So yeah, I think Shayna Baszler has to win this match. Shayna Baszler has to go over. Because I mean, nothing is Kairi Sane, but it's just like Shayna Baszler's this Brock Lesnar type of character, I guess you could say. She's this dominant force in NXT. And I think it's too early to take that title off her. I think you let her hold that title for, let's see, she won it against Ember Moon. Hold it till next year's Mania weekend. I'm just saying. I see some of you guys in here saying Woken King Slender saying will win as a way to promote the Mae Young Classic 2 finals and Evolution. No, I don't think so. Maurice Burwell says Shayna Baszler for the win. Let's see. Boy Meets a Food Review says Shayna Baszler versus Ronda would be a great match. Could be. Sanuron, Shayna wins and loses the title to the Mae Young Classic winner. No, because especially if it's going to be Toni Storm. I mean, it could be Io Shirai. Spoiler alert. I think it's going to be Toni Storm. She goes and gets that NXT UK title, so... And we already saw, especially if it is Toni Storm, we already saw her lose to Shayna Baszler at the Royal Albert Hall show. Shayurai, I butchered your name, says Shayna. Jonathan Powell, Nick will, yeah, Nick's in the chat. Nick's not on Skype yet. Couldn't get him in. Guess he woke up late. He picked at the time. Anyways. No, Salty Sam says Dakota Kai will take the title off of her. No, Dakota Kai is scared of Shayna Baszler. It's been made abundantly obvious on NXT television. So the next match we do have with the NXT Tag Team titles on the line. It's the Undisputed Era going up against Mustache Mountain. This match, whew, this might be great. Tell you what, this match is going to be amazing. If their last two matches weren't great, then I don't know. Those two matches were good. Triple H said yesterday in the NXT Brooklyn 4 conference call that yes, Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly versus Trent Seven and Tyler Bate was great, 5-star. And those two teams want to do even better, want to do even more in this match coming up on Sunday. So that just leads me to believe, oh my God, this match is going to be great. But I'm going Undisputed Era. I'm going Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly do retain over Mustache Mountain. I just think you cap it off right here. You end this little feud, 3 matches, and boom, it's over. You send Mustache Mountain to the UK division and go from there. But like I said, whew, this match is going to be very nuts. Now, you could keep this feud going a little bit longer, not with the titles on the line, but War Games. You can do O'Reilly, Strong, Cole, and another team in there. Could be Seven, Bate, Cole. Why did I just... Dunn. I don't know why I couldn't think of P. Dunn's name. And then if they want to add a third team like they did last year, they can add a third team. I don't know of who. But you can do Undisputed Era versus British Strong Style NXT TakeOver War Games. I think that would be awesome. So next up, we do have with... Well, actually, first got to see what you guys said here in the chat. Sergio says NXT Tag Team matches never disappoint. Fully Clutch says Undisputed Era. Let's see what else you guys are saying here. Travis Ray says Bobby Fish will get involved. I don't think so. Bobby Fish isn't supposed to be cleared and good to go till like at least November. So I don't know how much he can actually get involved and be involved with. Let's see. What else do we got here? Sanuron says Undisputed Era wins and they lose them to the War Raiders. I can maybe see that. Lose the tag team titles and you could still have that feud going into War Games. So I could see that working. Maybe have a War Games, War Raiders and War Games, but I don't know who would you put with War Raiders if you're doing the 3-on-3 teams, you know. That's a good one. I like that though. Let's see. Raging Red says Undisputed Era retains. DJ McDonald says shock the system. Fully Clutch says Bobby can pull the ref. So we'll see. We'll see. I think that match has a lot of potential. So the next match we do have with the NXT North American Championship on the line, Adam Cole, baby, up against the one and only Ricochet. This match, another one that could steal the show. Another one that could steal the show. I'm really torn on this one. Because I think the title should stay on Adam Cole. Adam Cole's been just phenomenal in NXT. So keep the title on him. But maybe it's time. Ricochet hasn't had a match in, a month and a half. This will be his first match back since the 6-man tag team match that he did team with Mustache Mountain. Maybe it's time you give that nod to Ricochet and say, hey, Adam Cole's great. He doesn't need a title to be great and over with the crowd. So let's give it to Ricochet. Ricochet, I'm not saying Ricochet needs the title, but it's just something different. Adam Cole's had that title for 4 months now. April, May, June, July, August. 4 months now. So maybe it's just like, let's see what Ricochet can do as a champion. I know a lot of people have said Adam Cole really hasn't done much as the North American champion. But we'll see. I think Adam Cole retains. But I would not be surprised if they do put the title on Ricochet. Just to say, hey, let's see what Ricochet can do. We do have faith in this guy. So with that, let's see what some of you are saying in the chat. Sergio says, baby. Salty Sam says, Ricochet winning and Cole going up to the card because Cole is over enough. But here's the question. If Cole's going to get called up, do you call up the rest of Undisputed Era with him as well? Or do you call him up by himself? I think they all need to come up together. Cole, O'Reilly, Fish, and I guess you could put Roderick Strong. You can maybe do something where they end up kicking Roderick Strong out because he wasn't an original founding member or something. But I think those three at least need to go up together. I think those three need to go up together. Let's see. Maurice says Ricochet is banged up right now, so my pick is Adam Cole. No, he was banged up. I think he's good to go now. I think, they wouldn't let him work this match with Adam Cole on Saturday if they didn't think he was good to be cleared. So I think them not having him work for the last 6 or 7 weeks was so they can make sure he's good to go, not have any issues or anything, and just have a freaking hellacious match. So I am, for my prediction, going to go with Adam Cole. But at the same time, I could see them putting the title on Ricochet. Let's see. Travis Races replace Blackwood. They're not replacing anybody. I'll get to that in a second. They're not putting a third man in the Gargano Ciampa title match, and I'll tell you exactly why. Yave De Los Santos, it says if Adam Cole loses and the Undisputed Era loses the tag titles, is that a fact? WWE will see them on Raw. I mean, it's a good chance. There's a good chance if they all lose their titles, they can be getting called up. I don't see why they wouldn't be on like the short list. Velveteen Dream's been on the short list to be called up since Mania. So we'll see. Smile Dude says Adam Cole loses an NXT championship, loses the title and goes for the NXT title. But I don't like when they do that. When a guy loses the secondary title and then all of a sudden says, now I'm no longer the North American champion because I lost this past weekend to Ricochet. Give me an NXT title match. Bro, you just lost. You need to redeem yourself. So I don't think he should lose and then go straight for the NXT championship because it just makes no sense. Why would you give the guy a title if he just lost? It would have been like Gargano coming out there and saying, well, Ciampa beat me in Chicago. Black, I want your title. No. Ciampa going out there and saying, I beat Gargano. I want the title. That would make sense. So I think that wouldn't. You just can't do it if Adam Cole loses the NXT North American Championship. You can't just automatically say, now I want an NXT World title. No. And talking about the NXT World title, with the NXT Championship on the line in a last man standing match, we do have Tommaso Ciampa, the champion, defending against Johnny Gargano. This match is going to be just all kinds of crazy. And here's a little backstory on why this is a last man standing match. So, if we look back at NXT Takeover Chicago, that match was supposed to be a last man standing match. Was not supposed to be a Chicago street fight originally. Then, the main roster, SmackDown, they were like, you know what? We're going to do last man standing, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura. So then, they told NXT, you no longer can do a last man standing match. We don't want two last man standing matches on the same weekend in title matches. So change your match a little bit. And that's why they changed it from last man standing to the Chicago street fight. And with that, they were just like, okay, cool. When Aleister Black got hurt, of course, they know people are burnt out on singles matches. Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. We want to see something different. They were all kinds of ecstatic when they were like, cool, we can change it up a little and add Aleister Black. But when Aleister Black got hurt, they were like, okay, Black's hurt. Let's go back to our original plan with these guys and do last man standing. So it was something where they already had this idea, and they didn't have to scramble for it. They just were like, you know what? We've already had the idea. Let's just go to it now. I don't know if maybe Aleister Black gets his rematch down the line when he does return. I do have some news on that coming in a little bit from yesterday's NXT conference call where Triple H basically said that Black will be out for a little while because of the injury, but he may be out even longer than the injury will pertain because of the whodunit storyline. But as far as my prediction does go here with the NXT Championship on the line, Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa has to retain the title. I don't think there's... I just don't think... Excuse me. I just don't think it's time for Gargano. Gargano's the underdog babyface that needs to be scratching and clawing and what's the word I'm looking for? Chasing the champion. I don't think he needs to be the champion yet. I think eventually he should be the one to take the title off of Ciampa. Maybe he loses here. You go to NXT TakeOver in LA, War Games. Ciampa defends against somebody and wins. You go to Rumble Takeover Rumble weekend. Ciampa defends the title and wins it again. Then you go to NXT TakeOver in New York. I guess it would be Brooklyn 5, if you want to call it that. WrestleMania weekend next year. And that's when Gargano can take the title. You can basically say Gargano has been chasing Ciampa for a year to finally get the championship. Because you can also play it in as the full year story. You can do the full year story where he challenged Almas in January of 2018. Couldn't get the job done. So then, 1 year and 2 months later, he finally gets another shot. I mean, he's getting the shot here. But then he finally gets his third. And maybe even William Regal says, this is your final time. You can go out there and get a championship opportunity. And he defeats Ciampa next year, WrestleMania weekend. I know some people are going to say, I don't like that because they want Gargano on the main roster. They want him to come up right after WrestleMania or even before that. But no, I think you coronate Gargano as their champion next year, WrestleMania weekend. I guess you could say that, Sergio. Kind of almost like Daniel Bryan. You could kind of say that. But with that, one final note. I do think King of Bros, Matt Riddle, is expected. And I do think he will be in the crowd to be announced as the latest, newest signee for NXT and WWE. Others that could be in the crowd. Nobody really that I can think of. Because they did sign some women recently, but they're not going to put them in the crowd. Maybe. Just to say like, oh, here's Deonna Purrazzo. You'll be able to see her in the upcoming Mae Young Classic. Here's Lacey Lane in the upcoming Mae Young Classic. So maybe you can see one or two women in the crowd too, even maybe sitting together. And they can just announce, hey, here's two of NXT's latest female signees. Catch them in this year's Mae Young Classic, September 5th on the WWE Network. So maybe I can see that too. One or two of the women, and it's going to be the Mae Young Classic that just recently got signed. And then you have Matt Riddle also in the, in the crowd. So with that, I do got to say thank you guys for joining me here for these NXT TakeOver predictions. We will be live again same exact time tomorrow for the SummerSlam predictions. Tomorrow we will also have the Fightful Wrestling Weekly coming out at 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Pacific. Keep it locked right here on Pro Wrestling Unlimited. You can follow Pro Wrestling Unlimited on social media, right here on YouTube, on Facebook, facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. On Instagram, search Pro Wrestling Unlimited. And on Twitter, at PWUnlimited. You can also find me on Twitch and Twitter, at TimmyBuddy. And of course, for all your pro wrestling, MMA, and boxing news, go follow our buddies over there at Fightful.com. Have a good day, guys. See you again tomorrow.